Okay, hey everybody, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com, and as you probably know, or maybe you don't know, stay with me till the end of the video. You're going to get your event, you're going to get a birthday for the day, and you're also going to get a number. And today just happens to be Wednesday, and it is the 14th of May. So let's get started, shall we? Your place for all things astrology right here, daily-astrocat.com. Well, Wednesday, and the moon's going to be in Sagittarius all day long. Now, what's that going to tell us? Going to have to start paying attention, right? Sagittarius is that Jupiter-ruled sign. The moon in Sagittarius, she's going to be making some aspects. She already made some aspects, right? She made some nice aspects with the planets that were in early Aries. So now we've got some stuff coming up where we're going to really have to pay attention. There's a deeper power struggle is beginning to emerge as we move forward. And what we're seeing is that, you got to ask yourself a question. Are we being set up to fail? Look, systemically, there are big picture things that most people are going to miss. Most are missing. Now's the time to ask a very fleeting yet relevant question. What was learned during the Mars retrograde cycle? From August, end of September, all the way through just now, right? Because we have Mars has finally cleared that spot where it was in the shadow period and where it went retrograde and went back. That happened at about 6 degrees of Leo. So, as Mars is moving forward, we get to go back and look at what was happening, what happened, right? What were the things? Now we have Venus starting to come into it with Mars, right? And this is almost like, we got a once, twice, thrice of the retrogrades. Well, Venus was retrograde when Mars was retrograde, so they kind of came back. Now we're starting a new trine cycle, right? Because Venus is on that new pedal. Venus also went retrograde and came forward as well. So we've got a couple major cycles that have just started. We have the nodes that just started. That's another major cycle. We have a lot of planets that are moving. We've got Jupiter moving. We've got Saturn moving. We've got Uranus getting ready to move. We've got Neptune who made a move, and Pluto had just made a move earlier in the year. So all of that movement in the outer planets is a big shift, and a lot of people have been saying a lot of silly things about that shift. Now, is it silly or is it just? Have we not gotten the message yet? Not quite sure. I tend to be on the more down to earth side on these things. I do think that they're important, and I think that we need to really pay attention to what's going on with those outer planet shifts. And we're going to be talking about that more as we go through this year and into next. However, let's talk about that relevant question we asked. What did we learn during the Mars retrograde cycle? Maybe that was part of it, right? Mars and Venus are heating up once again. They're getting closer, right? Now, is this the third time or the fourth time? Well, whatever it is, it's going to be the charm, right? And today's keyword is CYA. Keywords, actually, but okay. And the color is a blue dress shirt. Now, here's a bit of a conundrum. The ruler of Taurus in Aries is trine with the ruler of Aries, who happens to be in Leo at the moment, right? Now, this energy is building. The dynamic being expressed here is going to be super important and very useful, okay? Because there's a male-female thing going on. There's a creative and a showmanship aspect to it, right? There's an initiating, artsy kind of thing. But remember, Venus is not very comfortable in Aries. However, being trine with Mars kind of emboldens her, right? Now, we also have to remember that Venus in Aries, trine with Mars, is going to also be informing the Sun, which is in Taurus, because that's going to shade those Taurus energies to be more initiating, to be more vibrant, to be more energetic, to be more Aries-like, right? To have a little bit of emphasis to it, to be just drive on those things that Venus wants, right? The comfort, the love, the appreciation for the arts, the creativity, all of that stuff, right? Yep. Maybe it'll drive a little bit of the stubbornness too, right? Now, what's being tested? Okay, what are we being tested for? What is it that we're covering our behinds for? Look, it's our own gullibility. Money is attempting to twist everything around. You look at the narratives that are out there, even the news articles are just really strange, right? Look, the pesky details are lost in a cacophony of false idol worship. There's a bunch of stuff going on that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, can you get what's coming to you? Can you get yours? Can you get yours without being sucked into this web of deception and lies? I don't know. There's a feeling like our actions matter today. We're going to be feeling that because it's the only aspect of the day, actually, is the moon trine Mars. So that's the only aspect that we got going on, right? So now think about it. What do we got? What do we have? We have Venus speeding up, so she's going to be catching up to Mars. So that's why we're starting to come into that trine with Mars and Venus. It's going to be approaching. It's going to be building, right? Look, feeling like your actions matter today, kind of an illusion. We got Neptune sitting there in Aries with Venus. Yeah, kind of an illusion. What does matter is our ability to expose the charlatans, the posers, and the grifters. AI isn't going to help this stuff. It's not going to make it any better. It makes it worse, as a matter of fact. Person-to-person contact is what I would consider to be an acceptable alternative. It's how we network. It's how we build community with each other. And honestly, that's that message of Pluto being in Aquarius. It's a social experiment. It's a society building, as opposed to ripping it down. Now, Pluto initially is going to rip all that stuff down, and then it will start to rebuild it. All right, so focus on what Mars and what the Mars-Venus trine will mean for you. Mars is action. In Leo, that action has chosen a name. Kind of fitting, right? What was learned during the retrograde cycle? Think about that. Neptune in Aries is a new spiritual beginning. Venus in Aries puts an exclamation point on it. There are no coincidences. Now, in 1832, Felix Mendelssohn, he gave a concert overture called the Hebrides, and it premiered in London, England. That was in 1832. And our birth is in 1919. Heloise Bowles, married name Cruz, maybe? Or maybe her married name is Bowles and her maiden name is Cruz. She's an American advice colonist. It hints from Heloise, born in Fort Worth, Texas, and she died in 1977. And that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for listening and putting up with me. Strange how this stuff works, right? There are no coincidences. CYA. Our color is a blue dress shirt, and the keyword today I just gave you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming by. Love each and every single one of you. Today is a cautious 7. Happy astrocatting.